Good afternoon, my 7th grade class. My name is Mr. Diorgi, and today we'll be further delving into our proper research skills that we learned last class. Now, my first question is, do any of you have any prior research experience? John?
My brother actually has research experience. He is an engineering major at Keene University.
Okay.
And I'm really interested in that, and I might want to pursue that when I'm older.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What makes a source credible when you're doing research?
When you can prove it,
When I can prove it, and what can we use to prove a certain point in research?
facts can be proven, and they can help you with arguments to make them more accurate.
Okay. What kind of factual information can we find to make an argument valid? Brandon?
We can find like scientific evidence, we can further delve into the subject itself and find credible sources and proof that what we're trying to say is actually credible and factual.
All right. Does anyone else have any input? Sananda?
So I actually like research that isn't scientific. I like to read and quote a lot of books when I'm like looking at stuff to write.
Okay.
And books would be credible, right? Because they're a primary source.
Yeah, but there could be some flaws in analyzing information from a book. And we're going to go into some flaws in our worksheet that we have right here. This worksheet is called the most commonly used fallacies, but we're only going to go over a couple that you'll come across in today's lesson. Okay. I've highlighted the ones that we're going to go over. We'll start with the bandwagon appeal. Does someone want to read what the bandwagon appeal is? Raise your hand, please. Brandon, would you like to read it?
Bandwagon appeal. An argument that suggests one is correct if they go along with the crowd. Example, every fashionable senior this year is wearing a piece of Navajo jewelry.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next one. A false analogy. Who would like to read that? Lewis, would you like to read that?
Sure. False analogy. An argument that assumes a fundamental similarity between two things that resemble each other only in part. Example, a college has no right to fire a popular teacher. To do so is like throwing out of office a public official who has been re-elected by a majority of voters.
Could somebody delve a little deeper into that? What does this mean? Maybe two things that are similar don't exactly represent each other as a whole. Therefore, they're maybe a little bit uncomparable. Okay? Sunanda, would you like to read the last one? That's highlighted. Personal attack.
Sure. Poisoning the well or personal attack. An argument that personally attacks another as to discredit the issue at hand. Example, two students are running for student body president. Prior to the vote, one candidate puts up flyers all over the building indicating that the other boy is a cheater, liar, and has bad grades.
Good. And all of these are fallacies. And the definition of a fallacy, of all the fallacies we just went over, is a mistaken belief, especially one based on an unsound argument. Okay? Okay, class, now that we've gone over the different kinds of fallacies that can make an article uncredible, we are going to do a little group work analyzing 3 different articles. What you're going to do is you're going to analyze these articles and see whether or not they're credible and search for the kind of vocab we just went over. Okay? So we're going to split up into groups of 3. Orlando, Lewis, and John, you'll be one group. And Sunanda, Chris, and Brandon, you'll be the other group. And I'll hand you guys a copy of each article. You'll have to analyze whether or not the arguments are based off of fact or opinion. And make sure you search for some of the vocab that's on your handout and on the board. Does everyone have a copy of each article?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys can get into your groups, get close together, and start analyzing these articles.
Okay, I mean, maybe it's credible because it is from the New York Times.
Yeah, but even right away in the first sentence, he goes straight off into saying, I define errors in my own life. And you keep reading, I read him say I like 3 times. And he goes, I wonder if there's like so much about athletic. I don't know, it just sounds like he's making it more about his own opinion than the facts behind it.
It did, at the top it does say it's from the opinion section every time.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
In the first read through, it seems like he's mostly giving his opinion, but he does have some facts to back it up. Not too many direct quotes were used, so he could have done more of that to prove that it's actually just not his complete opinion.
was more like one-sided in one way. So like again, I feel like he was just reading off another like source. He mentioned a direct quote without actually sourcing it where it's from.
I think that he didn't give too many, like, he just gave opinions and not actual proof of what he wanted to talk about.
Now that we're done with group work, group one, would you like to go over what you found in the Michael Jordan versus LeBron James article?
So after reading it, we all agreed that it was definitely very opinionated and not many direct quotes were used.
The quotes that the writer provided were not really like referenced at all in general, like where they came from, if they were actually properly sourced or nothing. They just made quotes in general.
This article doesn't really give facts. I think it just gives only opinions.
Okay, good job, guys. All right, group two, would you like to go over what you found in the LeBron James and the superstar fallacy?
So this was a little tricky to me because at first when I saw the New York Times, I thought that was automatically a credible source. But then I had a colleague point out to me that it does come from the opinion column.
Right, when I was looking at it as well, I noticed a lot of I's and I define, I wonder, like a lot of personal attacks, personal quotes, more criticizing the players on his own opinion rather than any actual evidence or facts.
See, Chris?
So how one paragraph says if the Cavaliers lose to Celtics, says no one will say Kevin Love falls short. So it's like it's an opinion against Kevin Love.
Yeah, it's a personal attack against
Yeah.
Kevin Love. And that's very good. That's very good of you guys to point out personal attack referencing to the vocabulary we just went over. Okay. Very good. So, group one, would you say that your article was valid, was credible?
I'd say probably not.
Probably not. Lewis, Orlando?
I don't think it was credible.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah, I mean like he mentioned certain certain statistics of like sports, but again we don't know where it's from.
Okay, very good. Group two, would you say that your article was valid, was credible? Something you used in research for a basketball argument?
No.
No?
No.
No? Okay. Very good.